Hello friends, again you are welcome in my channel for sharing of the knowledge. Today I am available with a new topic that is fundamental of auto cycle with numerical. So in this video we will discuss in general about S standard cycle, Carnot cycle, and then we will discuss about S standard auto cycle with some numerical. If you like my channel, do not forget to subscribe, like and share the channel with your friends, with the researchers. Generally we know that in case of Otto cycle, diesel cycle and dual cycle, along with the air, the fuel is used. So we know that if it is a petrol engine, there is a mixture of air plus fuel is entering into the system. If it is a diesel engine, only air is entering into the system. We also know that whenever we are talking about auto cycle or diesel cycle, in that case generally the mass of fuel which is entering into the system is very large compared to the mass of fuel that is entering into the system. So here in the S standard cycle, for analysis of that S standard cycle, following assumptions are made. So first assumption is air is acting as a working substance and the air will act as a perfect gas in this case. Secondly, we can say that the specific heat at constant pressure and constant volume do not vary with variation in temperature. Again, we are assuming that the compression and expansion processes are considered as reversible adiabatic process, or that is called isentropic process. We are assuming that it is a closed system, so there is no removal of exhaust gases, or you can say air, from the system. We are also assuming that when the combustion process is taking place, there is no chemical reaction takes place into the system. Friends, when we are doing such assumption, in that case definitely the result what we will get, that is vary from the actual system. But for simplicity and for knowing the behavior of engine with different type of fuel, we have to go for such analysis. So initially we will go with the Carnot engine, and then after we will discuss Otto cycle, diesel cycle and dual cycle. So first we will discuss about ideal or hypothetical engine, that is a Carnot cycle for gases. This engine was proposed by Sadi Carnot in 1824. Again, in this case, we will assume that air is a working substance and the engine is reciprocating engine with piston cylinder arrangement. The Carnot engine is the most efficient engine and it is capable to convert the supplied amount of heat energy into maximum work output. The figure is talking about schematic of Carnot cycle and representation of the Carnot cycle on PV and TS diagram, that is pressure volume diagram and temperature entropy diagram. You can see that the Carnot cycle is mainly consist of two reversible isothermal process and two reversible adiabatic processes. So you can see the process 1 to 2 as well as process 3 to 4, that is isothermal process, that is process that occurs at constant temperature, that is T1 equals to T2 and T3 equals to T4. Whereas you can see that the process 2 to 3 as well as the process 4 to 1, that is reversible adiabatic process, that is S2 equals to S3 and S1 equals to S4. In case of this Carnot cycle, we can find that the piston cylinder arrangement is there, where the two sides of the cylinder that is covered with perfectly insulated wall, whereas the third side, which is open, is having a perfect insulated come perfect conductor material as a wall material. The heat is supplied from high temperature source at T3 temperature, whereas the heat is rejected to the low temperature sink which is available at T1 temperature. Now in next slide we will discuss all the different processes. And now we will discuss about process 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So in case of process 1 to 2, it is a reversible isothermal heat rejection process. During this process, the heat is rejected by the system at T1 temperature to the low temperature sink, and Q2 amount of heat rejected to the sink, and work is done on the system. Now between the process 2 to 3, the isothermal compression work is done. Because of that, the pressure and temperature of gas that will be increased from, you can say, P2 to P3, whereas the temperature will rise from T2 to T3, which we can see in the PV and TS diagram. Again the work is done on the system, and we will get higher temperature T3 at the end of the process 2 to 3. Now the process 3 to 4, that is the reversible isothermal heat addition process, where at higher temperature T3 the heat is taken from the source and the work is done by the system, or work is available from the system, and the process ends at state 4. You can see the temperature remains same, so T3 that is equals to T4, but because of the expansion you can find there is a drop in the pressure in the PV diagram, whereas the increase in the volume is observed during the process 3 to 4, that is isothermal process. The process 4 to 1 is isentropic expansion process. It is also known as reversible expansion process, in which the insulated wall will come in contact. Because of this, neither heat gain or heat loss is possible. The expansion takes place, and at the end of this expansion process the system will reach to the temperature T1, and that is a lower temperature for the cycle. You can see here the temperature is dropping from T4 to T1, whereas in the PV diagram you can see there is a drop in the pressure and a rise in the volume we can see. Now if we go for analysis of this process, you can see that the heat supplied, that is takes place between the process 3 to 4, that heat supplied Q1, that is equals to T3 into S4 minus S3 in terms of kilojoule per kilogram, and we know that heat rejection process that takes place between the process 1 to 2, so the heat rejected that is equals to T1 into S1 minus S2. So if you want to find out efficiency of Carnot cycle, it is the ratio of net work available divided by supplied heat, or you can say it is Q1 minus Q2 divided by Q1. So we can write that it is T3 into S4 minus S3 minus T1 into S1 minus S2 whole divided by T3 into S4 minus S3, where in the cycle you can see T3 is the highest temperature and T1 is the lowest temperature of the cycle. So upon simplification we will get T3 minus T1 divided by T3, that is equals to 1 minus T1 by T3. We can also rewrite that efficiency, that is equals to 1 minus TL by TH, where TL is the lowest operation temperature of the Carnot cycle and TH is the highest operating temperature of the cycle. So from this equation we can conclude that the efficiency of Carnot cycle is not depend upon mass of the substance, whereas it is also not depend upon the quantity which is circulating into the system. It is only depend upon the highest temperature and lowest temperature of the cycle. Now we have to discuss about S standard Otto cycle. The S standard Otto cycle is named after its inventor Nicholas A. Otto, and this is schematic as well as representation of Otto cycle on PV and TS diagram. So now first, before we will go for analysis of this Otto cycle, we have to understand what is occurring in the Otto cycle or in the petrol engine. Otto cycle is a forward cycle heat engine. It is moving in clockwise direction and it is a power producing cycle. Here the working substance is a mixture of air plus petrol, and you know that there are four strokes, that is suction, compression, expansion and exhaust stroke. So during suction stroke, air from the atmosphere via carburetor, that is mixed with the petrol, and that will enter into the engine cylinder, that is some metered quantity of air plus petrol mixture that will enter into the engine cylinder, and at end of the suction stroke the piston is at bottom dead center, that is named as BDC. Now the second stroke will start, that is the compression stroke. During the compression stroke, the air plus petrol mixture which is available in the engine cylinder, that will be compressed. Because of that, its pressure and temperature will increase, and before the piston will reach to the top dead center, that is called TDC, there is occurrence of the spark. So the next stroke will start, that is called expansion or power stroke. During the expansion or during the power stroke, the air plus petrol mixture which is available at higher temperature, and there is ignition of the spark. Because of that, the flame will generate, the flame will propagate, and the petrol that will burn in presence of air, and it will form exhaust gases. These exhaust gases will push the piston in downward direction, so work is done by the system, and at end of the expansion or power stroke, the entire cylinder is filled with exhaust gases and the piston is available at BDC. Now the last exhaust stroke will start. The piston is moving from BDC to TDC, and all the exhaust product will leave the engine cylinder, and that will be thrown into the surrounding via silencer or via muffler. So that is actual cycle. It is open cycle, but again what we had discussed, in case of air standard Otto cycle, it is a closed cycle. Air will act as a perfect gas that will not leave the system, and you can see the cycle on PV and TS diagram, where compression work is supplied, work is available from the system, that is indicated with WE. Q1 amount of heat is supplied and Q2 amount of heat is rejected. So the processes which you can see is the 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 1, and again from 1 to 0. So now we have to discuss in detail about all the processes occurs in Otto cycle, and then after we have to go for analysis of Otto cycle. We will discuss about different processes. We will start from process 0 to 1. It is the constant pressure suction process, during which the mixture of air plus petrol that will be enter into the system, and the piston is available at outermost position. The process 1 to 2 is a compression process, that is isentropic compression process, during which the air plus fuel mixture which is available, that pressure as well as temperature will rise, and at end of the process 1 to 2, the piston is available at uppermost position or at inward side with a pressure value of P2 and the temperature value of T2. Now the next process is process 2 to 3. The process 2 to 3 is, you can say, constant volume the process will occur. So the air plus petrol mixture or air plus fuel mixture which is trapped, that is available at higher pressure and higher temperature. Because of occurrence of the spark, the air plus fuel mixture that will ignite and the energy will be added, will get the highest temperature T3 of the cycle, and this is constant volume process, that is constant volume heat addition process. Now the process 3 to 4 is the process where the high pressure high temperature gas is start to expand, work is available from the system, and we will reach to the point 4. Now the process 4 to 1 is the removal of exhaust from the system, and via exhaust pot the process occurs and continuously the exhaust will leave at constant volume. The last process is process 120, where the remaining combustion product are exhausted by inward motion of the piston at constant pressure. So this is the process 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 1 and 1 to 0. Now on the PV diagram we can see that the work done during the process 0 to 1 and work done during the process 1 to 0 is exactly balanced, and for the purpose of thermodynamic analysis we will consider only the cycle 1, 2, 3, 4 as a standard Otto cycle. So now if you want to know what is the efficiency of Otto cycle, then again it is a ratio of net work available divided by supplied heat, or you can say it is Q1 minus Q2 divided by Q1. During this analysis we will assume that Q1 and Q2, that is heat supplied and heat rejected in this cycle. So Q1 is the amount of heat supplied during the process, whereas the Q2 is the amount of heat rejected from the process. Now Q1, that is equals to U2 minus U3, U that stands for internal energy, and that is also equals to M into CV, that is specific heat at constant volume for the fuel, into T3 minus T2, that is the highest temperature, minus T2 temperature. Whereas Q2, that is amount of heat rejected, that is equals to U4 minus U1, that is equals to MCV into T4 minus T1, where T1 is the lowest temperature of the cycle. So the efficiency of Otto cycle, that is equals to 1 minus Q2 by Q1, that is equals to 1 minus MCV T4 minus T1 divided by MCV T3 minus T2. So from numerator and denominator, MCV is common and that will be removed. So we are having equation efficiency of Otto cycle, that is equals to 1 minus T4 minus T1 divided by T3 minus T2. The process 1 to 2 and 3 to 4 are isentropic process, where 1 to 2 is a compression process whereas 3 to 4 is expansion process. So to simplify the equation for Otto cycle, we have to convert the T4 and T1 temperature in terms of T3 and T2 temperature. So in this slide that exercise is shown. You can see first T1 upon T2, that is equals to V2 upon V1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma. If we will go for inverse of that, you can say T2 by T1, that is equals to V1 upon V2 raised to gamma minus 1. And this T3 by T4, that is equals to V4 by V3 raised to gamma minus 1. We know that it is a constant volume process, so V1 equals to V4 and V2 equals to V3. So this T3 by T4, that is also equals to V1 upon V2 raised to gamma minus 1. And because of that we can tell that T2 by T1, that is equals to T3 by T4, or you can say T3 by T2, that is equals to T4 by T1, or you can say T3 by T2 minus 1, that is equals to T4 by T1 minus 1. Therefore T3 minus T2 divided by T2, that is equals to T4 minus T1 divided by T1, and we can write T1 divided by T2, that is equals to T4 minus T1 divided by T3 minus T2. So now T1 upon T2, that is equals to V2 divided by V1 raised to gamma minus 1, or that is also equals to 1 upon RC raised to gamma minus 1, where RC is the compression ratio and that is equals to V1 by V2. So now if we will see the equation of Otto cycle for efficiency, that is equals to 1 minus T4 divided by T1 minus T3 upon T2. So we can write that is equals to 1 minus 1 upon RC raised to gamma minus 1, that is efficiency of Otto cycle, that is equals to 1 minus 1 upon compression ratio raised to gamma minus 1. So from this equation we can conclude that efficiency of Otto cycle is only depend upon compression ratio, as well as it is depend upon the value of gamma. It is not depend upon highest or lowest temperature of the cycle, as well as it is not depend upon the quantity which is circulated into the system. So if compression ratio will vary, or if the gamma value will vary, efficiency of Otto cycle will vary. Now you can see the graph which indicate what is the effect of compression ratio over efficiency of Otto cycle. You can see if the gamma value is fixed, that is adiabatic index is fixed, you can say it is 1.4. In that case, with increase in the compression ratio, the efficiency of Otto cycle is go on increasing. If the gamma value is 1.2, that is lower one, in that case again the efficiency of Otto cycle will increase with increase in the compression ratio. So in all the cases, if the compression ratio will increase, efficiency of Otto cycle will increase. If the value of gamma will vary, according to that the efficiency of Otto cycle will also vary. Now our next task is to find out net work available from the Otto cycle. So in the last line you can see the equation for the net work, that is Pm into integration of dV, that is mean effective pressure into integration of dV, that we will get Pm into V1 minus V2, that Pm stand for mean effective pressure, whereas V1 and V2 are the volume. So the net work available is in terms of kilojoule, and that value is Pm into V1 minus V2. So now we have to find out what is the mean effective pressure, and that mean effective pressure is defined as, you can say, ratio of net work available to the displacement volume, that is swept volume. So then now net work available is heat supplied minus heat rejected, and what is heat supplied and heat rejected, that is occurs at constant volume. So for 1 kg of mass we can write it is Cv into T3 minus T2 minus Cv into T4 minus T1. Similarly, the swept volume is V1 minus V2. So if we will keep V1 common, it is 1 minus V2 by V1. According to the perfect gas equation, PV equals to MRT. For 1 kg, I can write PV equals to RT. So V1 is replaced by RT1 divided by P1 into bracket 1 minus 1 upon RC, where RC is the compression ratio and that is the ratio of V1 divided by V2. So upon simplification we will get RT1 divided by P1 into compression ratio into bracket compression ratio minus 1. So we can write Pm, that is equals to W net divided by that swept volume V1 minus V2, that is equals to Cv into T3 minus T2 minus Cv into T4 minus T1 divided by RT1 divided by P1 compression ratio into bracket compression ratio minus 1. So if we replace the value of T2, T3 and T4 available using the equations, that is T1 by T2, that is equals to V2 divided by V1 raised to gamma minus 1. From that we will get the value of T2, that is equals to T1 into compression ratio raised to gamma minus 1. In the similar way we will get the value of T3, that is equals to T2 into RC, that is compression ratio raised to gamma minus 1 into RP, that is pressure ratio, where Rp is the pressure ratio, that is equals to P3 by P2. And in the similar way, the for process 3 to 4, that is the expansion process, we will get P3 by P4, that is equals to compression ratio raised to gamma minus 1. And from that we will get T4 value, that is equals to T1 into pressure ratio. When we will put all the values, we will get Pm, that is mean effective pressure, that is equals to P1 into compression ratio divide by compression ratio minus 1 into bracket adiabatic index gamma minus 1 in square bracket we will get compression ratio raised to gamma minus 1 into pressure ratio minus 1 where CV by R that is equals to 1 upon gamma minus 1. So that is equation of mean effective pressure that will be useful for further calculation. So the equation of mean effective pressure what we had discussed, that is P1 into RC divided by RC minus 1 into gamma minus 1 in square bracket RC raised to gamma minus 1 into bracket RP minus 1 where RP is the pressure ratio, RC is the compression ratio, and CV divided by R that is equals to 1 upon gamma minus 1. So equation which you can see, that is equation for mean effective pressure for Otto cycle. So based on this theory, now we have to solve some numerical related to Otto cycle, where most important thing is, first of all you must know what are the values of all four temperatures, what is the compression ratio, what is the pressure ratio, and when all these things are available with you, you can easily find out what is the efficiency of Otto cycle as well as what is mean effective pressure of the system. So now we have to solve the numerical. So the data for first numerical is given here. Determine the air standard efficiency of Otto cycle with a compression ratio 7 using the ideal gas having adiabatic index of 1.25, 1.35 and 1.4, and also comment on the result. So we have to solve this numerical. Now let us see how we have to solve the numerical. This is a very simple numerical. In competitive exam this will carry 1 or 2 marks, and we have to find out what is the efficiency for Otto cycle. So now we will get a compression ratio 7 as well as adiabatic index values are 1.25, 1.35 and 1.4. Means compression ratio is constant 7 and the gamma value varies. So we know that efficiency of Otto cycle that is equals to 1 minus 1 upon compression ratio raised to gamma minus 1. Compression ratio is 7 in all the cases. Now for first case when the gamma is 1.25, we are with the answer of 38.52% efficiency. For second case when the gamma value is 1.35, the efficiency value is 49.39%, and when the gamma value is 1.4, you can see the efficiency value is 54.8%. So what is our comment? Directly we can see the result, and based on the result we can comment that for the fixed value of compression ratio, when the adiabatic index gamma value will increase, definitely the efficiency of Otto cycle will increase. I hope it is very much clear to you, and that will be a very important conclusion for your exam point of view. In the similar way, we will go for a second numerical, that is in an IC engine working with Otto cycle. The cylinder diameter is 10 cm and the stroke length is 40 cm. If the clearance volume is 600 cubic centimeter, calculate the air standard efficiency of engine. So here we have to calculate air standard efficiency of engine, and we are having a stroke length, bore and clearance volume. So let us see how we have to solve the problem. So in the data, the cylinder diameter is given 10 cm, stroke length is 40 cm and clearance volume is given 600 cubic centimeter. So first we have to find out what is the volume of the cylinder, that is swept volume, that is pi by 4 d square L, and we will calculate it. We will get the value of 3140 cubic centimeter. So now we will get the compression ratio RC, that is a ratio of swept volume plus clearance volume divided by clearance volume. So the swept volume is 3140, clearance volume is 600. So we will get the compression ratio RC, that is equals to 6.23, and we know that when the clearance volume is available, we will get efficiency of Otto cycle, that is equals to 1 minus 1 upon compression ratio raised to gamma minus 1. Here we are using ideal gas or we are using air, so the gamma value is 1.4. So efficiency of Otto cycle, that is equals to 1 minus 1 upon 6.23 raised to 1.4 minus 1, and the answer is 51.89%. That is as standard efficiency of ideal Otto cycle. So now friend, you can see the numericals are very simple related to Otto cycle. Now we will see one more numerical related to Otto cycle, that is in an engine operated with a standard Otto cycle, the compression ratio is 6 and the compressor begins at 30 degrees Celsius and 100 kilopascal. The maximum temperature of the cycle is 1250 degrees Celsius. We have to calculate first temperature and pressure at each stage of the cycle, heat supplied per kg of air, as standard efficiency of the cycle, as well as mean effective pressure. Means when you solve this problem, all your fundamentals related to Otto cycle will be clear. How to find out temperature at each and every stage of the cycle, how to find out mean effective pressure, how to find out as standard efficiency of the cycle, all will be covered. All what we had discussed in the past, everything will be covered here. So when we will solve the numerical, our fundamental related to Otto cycle will be cleared and we can find out what is efficiency in this case. So let's try to solve it. So now the compression ratio is given 6, that is V1 by V2. The initial temperature T1 is given 30 degrees Celsius, that is 303 Kelvin. Initial pressure is given 100 kilopascal and the highest temperature of cycle is given, that is 1250 degrees Celsius, that is 1523 Kelvin. So now for state 1, P1 V1 equals to RT1 for 1 kg. So V1 is RT1 divided by P1. So V1 value is 0.287, that is value of R, kilojoule per kilogram Kelvin, into 303 temperature divided by P1 in terms of kilopascal, that is 100. So we will get the initial volume V1, that is 0.869 meter cube, and compression ratio is V1 by V2, that is 6. So based on that we will get what is the V2 volume, that is V1 by 6, that is 0.145 meter cube. So we will get V1 value, we will get V2 value. Now we have to find out what are the other coordinate in the entire cycle. Now the process 1 to 2, P1 V1 raised to gamma, that is equals to P2 V2 raised to gamma. So from that we will get P2, that is equals to P1 into V1 divided by V2 raised to gamma. We know the value of gamma, that is 1.4. We know V1 by V2, that is compression ratio, that value is 6. We know what is the P1 pressure, that is 100. So we will get the P2 pressure, that is equals to 1228.6 kilopascal, and the temperature T2, that is equals to T1 into V1 by V2 raised to gamma minus 1. We know the initial temperature is 303 Kelvin. We know the compression ratio is 6. So based on that we will get the T2 value, that is equals to 620.44 Kelvin. So now friend, we know what is the value of V1, P1, T1, P2, V2 and T2. So now we will go for the process 2 to 3. So P3, that is equals to P2 into T3 by T2. So we will get the P3 value, that is 3015.85 kilopascal, and we will get the temperature T4 for the process 3 to 4, that is T4, that is equals to T3 into V3 by V4 raised to gamma minus 1, where V3 by V4 is inverse of compression ratio. So it is 1523 T3 value into 1 by 6 raised to 1.4 minus 1. So we will get T4 temperature, that is 743.77 Kelvin. Similar way for the process 4 to 1, we will get P4, that is equals to P1 into T4 by T1. We know the P1 value, that is 100, and the value of temperature ratio, that is 743.77 divided by 303. So we'll get the value of pressure P4, that is equals to 245.46 kilopascal. So now the next part is we have to find out what is the efficiency of Otto cycle. So we'll go ahead with that part. So the heat supplied per kg of air, that is Q1, that is equals to CV into T3 minus T2. We know CV of air, that is 0.716. We have to remember it. The T3 and T2 values were calculated. So we will get the amount of heat supplied, that is 647.66 kilojoule per kilogram. Net work available, that is Q1 minus Q2, that is heat supplied minus heat rejected. So heat supplied, that is 647.66. Heat rejected, again that is CV into you can say temperature difference, that is 743.77 minus 303. So we'll get the work done, that is 332.06. Now two ways are available with us to find out the efficiency of Otto cycle. That one is efficiency of Otto cycle, that is equals to 1 minus 1 upon compression ratio raised to gamma minus 1. So when we will calculate, we will get around 51.16%, or we can find out efficiency of Otto cycle, that is equals to net work divided by heat supplied. So that is 51.27%. Both are approximately same. And the last part is mean effective pressure. So mean effective pressure, that is net work divided by V1 minus V2. So all the values are available. Based on that, we will get mean effective pressure, that is 458.64 kilopascal. Friends, this is a simple way to solve the numerical of Otto cycle using the theory what we had discussed for a standard Otto cycle. This is taken from the book Engineering Thermodynamics by Dr. Alpesh Mehta and Dr. Nirvesh Mehta by Atul Prakashan, Ahmedabad. If you like this video, do not forget to subscribe, share and like. Stay tuned with us. In next video, we will discuss about diesel cycle. Have a nice day. Goodbye.